Alright, so we're all set up. Please enter your name, only use letters, hyphens, and apostrophes. What happens if you do anything else? Enter my name?
If you want.
Okay.
A name.
So welcome. This is the first of probably 2 streams that we're going to be doing of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I have never played this game before. I've never seen anything. I've managed to say pretty much 100% spoiler free on this game. I never, watched any videos of it. I never played the game up until now. I'm going to turn the mic down just a little bit just to make sure it's not too loud. There we go. That should be better. So yeah, I've never played this game before, and I know that it's, like, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to know anything about the game before you get into it. My partner, MothArts97 on Twitch, feel free to follow. They have played it. They've played part of it, at least, not the whole game. So I'm going to be playing the game today, and Moth is just going to be enjoying the ride.
Yeah. You see that?
I did. So what are... Okay. Just trying to figure out, like, the controls and everything, but... Okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I know that this is like some sort of like dating sim, visual novel kind of thing, but that's about it. And I know it like gets super weird and kind of meta, but that's all I know. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Nice. I don't know if I want to read this or not. Should I be reading it? All the girls' text? Do you think?
I can read the girls' text if you want to read the...
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Ricky.
Just make sure you sit up a little bit above the mic.
Hey, relax.
It's just obscuring you a little bit. Well, if people are starting to stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Ricky, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. That is 100% fact true to my life. I never did any clubs in high school or in college. I haven't been looking either.
Hey, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's got going about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Same.
Okay. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a... Neat. I don't know what N-E-E-T
We are the knights who say...
That's definitely not that.
Yeah.
In a few years, because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. This bitch talks so much.
All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. This girl cares way too much about my well-being for being just a friend.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
I don't think the main character's like, I don't think it matters that he said yes, because clearly he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He stated before that he just says random things sometimes. Why do I let myself get lectured by a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Yeah, this is very anime so far, but I guess that's the point. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
No choice. Hello?
The natural first choice of clubs.
Yeah.
Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to weigh up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Okay, vice president, literature club. Got it. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature.
It's almost like that's in the title of the game.
In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she started the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, I read that wrong. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told my club yesterday that I would bring in a new member,
I see.
and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes. Oh, yes! Let's go!
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
What if there's a different version of the game where you say, no, I don't want to go to literature club, and then the game just ends?
That would be like a Nier Automata kind of thing to do. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glanced around the room.
Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Okay.
Ah, Ricky, what a nice surprise.
Okay, so all of our protagonists are here. All four of them.
Welcome to
myself.
the club.
All words escape me in this situation. I agree. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
Okay,
of
before
course.
you learn anything about them purely based on aesthetics,
Yeah.
you already went past it, but I want to know which one your favorite is.
Can't I go back somehow?
I don't think so.
I can't. Those controls look like they're for PC. We're playing this on the Switch, by the way. I
Yeah.
don't think I mentioned that. Because the physical release just came out yesterday. And I ordered it from Moth for their birthday. And it finally came in. It got pushed back a couple times, but we finally picked it up and decided to stream it because I'd never played it before. So we are playing this on the Switch. I'm using a controller. And I don't know how to do the menu stuff that's down there. Okay. So X gets rid of that if I want to see the picture before me. Y also does that. A makes it go forward. B doesn't do anything. Okay. None of the other buttons seem to do anything? Oh! I have to press start. Okay, so this is like your menu. This is like your start menu. I see. Okay, and that just shows you the conversation.
Okay,
Cool.
that's cool.
Now I have an idea. Also, these sounds,
Yeah.
that, That is
Yeah.
straight out of Persona 4. That is straight up the menu sounds from Persona 4. So what were you saying? You're asking me a question?
All of them are together again, I want you to just, purely based on aesthetics, before you know anything about them, I want you to pick your favorite.
Okay.
I think you can tell who mine is, because I'm
Yes.
a sucker for a goth woman. She said, what are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. She's so mean.
Sorry.
Natsuki. Humph.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna say it like that.
Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You can say if you're
That's gonna happen multiple times.
Anyway, this is Natsuki?
Natsuki? Yeah. I don't think
Always-
you pronounce the U, really.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Always full of energy. Get it? Because then it pronounced
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Oh, so she's a tsundere. I see.
She's the love of my life.
Well, I like her. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. It's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
Okay, so her name is Monica.
That's right. It's great to see you again, Ricky.
We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. Also not
You and me.
untrue in real life. So having
No,
her
hold it,
smile
hold
at
up.
me genuinely feels a little...
Back it up.
What?
Athletic?
Yeah. I'm not saying
No.
you are.
Oh.
I'm just saying that I am, like, down here and you're, like, up here. Anyways. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Ricky. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica.
I kind of like that they, like, left the protagonist's dialogue open there. Like, you don't quite know how
Yeah.
he feels about the situation.
I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
In editing, I'm definitely gonna like triple that, so it's
Shut
like all three of them.
up.
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Aw. The
Look at her
whiskers
face,
are
she's
drawn
so
with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Yeah, I like the, like, you guys can't see what I'm pointing at, but like the chipped tooth kind of look
The
in
little
anime
fang.
is like, yeah, the
Yeah.
little fang is like always a thing.
So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Her little fang!
Yeah.
Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs them first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and
Oh,
has
whoops.
already managed to get icing on her face. Of course. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy.
Alright. Oh, I get, yeah, because she made it for, like, the new person, which wasn't necessarily going to be me. I see.
That's me anytime I do anything nice for you. I'm like,
Yeah. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation.
As you do.
Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Oh, you keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Yeah, not that I read or anything.
No, I'm thinking about is there anything better than pussy? Yes, a really good book.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that,
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
That's you.
Yeah, that is me.
I'm glad.
I jive with this protagonist. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Oh, you were supposed to say that. I knew that was going to happen multiple times. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed.
So I'm guessing a book club, a literature club is basically just a book club, right?
They also do poetry.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's
all literature.
Most literature, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'm making this up, but I feel like each one has their own form of literature that they like.
Oh, okay.
I might be
That's
making
cool.
that up. Maybe, I don't know. It's been years, dude.
Yeah.
We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised.
Also, Monica from work spelled her name the same way.
Crazy. How did you decide? How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year?
Well, I feel like she says that a lot.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. They kind of look, their vests that they have on, all of them, kind of look like dragon skin armor.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I thought of.
Well, it's just like a quilt.
Yeah.
Like,
but like the pattern that they got going on
yeah,
makes it look like
that's
armor.
fair.
Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees.
So I just said yes 3 times for no reason.
Yeah. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Because their club is lame as fuck.
Wait, okay, all 4 of them are here. Which one is...
I don't know, I like the... What's the girl on the left, Monica? No, Monica's on the right, I know that. Yuri is the dark-haired one. Sayori is the one that brought us here.
One with
So
yeah.
the
And
one with the pink hair.
red bow and the pink hair
Yeah.
is Natsuki.
Natsuki, thank you. I don't know, I'm kind of digging Natsuki just because, like, in my head canon, she's Dragonkin.
It's because she has small boobs.
It's because she has a fang
And me?
and is wearing dragon armor.
Because I would also have fangs if I could, and I also have no titties.
Yes.
Yeah. And short hair.
Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Ricky, what kind of things do you like to read?
Nothing. Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up.
Weeb.
It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop?
I have a feeling.
Anyway,
This
I've been
has
reading
something
a
to
lot
do
of
with the
horror
game.
lately.
I almost said I read a horror book once because English is stupid and read and read are the same word. I read a horror book once. Why don't we just use... Like, I get it would be confusing if you used RED as read, like always. Not just for the color, but also referring to books. I get that would be a little confusing, but I think having read and read, READ, and previous READ is more confusing. Because someone will clearly know if you're referring to reading something or the color red, you know? I think it would be much better if we as a society stopped using READ to refer to the past tense of reading and started spelling that as RED. But that's just a hot take for me. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really?
The writing is very good so far.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give it back. Fine, fine. Look at her little fangs, she's so cute. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Probably not. Ah, not a very confident writer yet?
No, I'm never showing you my poems. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Also, I apologize for the webcam, like, completely being over the people that are right here, but there's not much we can do about that. It needs to be somewhere, so sorry.
Look, she dipped down for you.
Good timing. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. I almost said Manya.
I know you did.
Manya.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it!
Also, Sayuri and Monica have dangerously similar hair color. Sayuri's is just a little bit more orange.
But that's why one has short hair and one has long hair.
Yeah.
Why dangerous?
I don't know, that's the verb I chose, I suppose. Or the adjective I chose, I mean.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ricky?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I know, Monica is like broken. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I'm sorry, I thought... Humph. Ricky?
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. You have a week. You don't have to write it tonight. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Ricky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Ricky, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I hope we get to actually write the poem.
Dude, this is so difficult.
Oh, I get to write it! Yes! It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, this is cool.
But
I like this a lot.
who's there? Or more importantly, who's?
The one that's missing is Monica. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
They're so cute, little chibies!
So you can't choose Monica, apparently. I'm gonna start with Judgment.
And it shows you who likes the words that you're using.
Oh, do they?
That's why Yuri did that little jump when you chose Judgment, because she likes horror.
Okay.
Unstable.
I'm not gonna be choosing it to go with a particular girl. I'm gonna choose it.
What you like. And
Yeah,
see
I'm
what
gonna
happens.
choose
Yeah.
what words I enjoy. Let's see. Depression, question, sensation, nature. I like nature. I like puppies.
There's Kitty.
I like kitties.
Vertigo.
I
I like Vertigo.
only.
Do you know what unrequited and infallible mean?
Yes, I am aware of their definitions. Thank you. I only give myself to God, so I am pure. And I expect that of.
You think I'm God?
And I expect that of anyone I'm gonna be with. So, I'm gonna have to go meta and go with the game. Let's see. What do I want to choose here? I don't really like this set of words, to be honest. Nothing really jumps out at me. I'm gonna go with scars, just because I have a scar. Not that anyone in the world doesn't have one.
You could have said I'm going with Scar because Moth has scars.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with calm. Explode. Bouncy.
What kind of poem are you writing?
I'm really excited to see if it like shows me all of my words in a row, because it's gonna be really funny to read.
Nightgown.
I'm
Nightgown.
gonna go with after image, because it makes me think of Dragon Ball. I'm gonna go with graveyard, because I like that.
Dude, Yuri's gonna fall in love with you.
I don't know, I think I've said stuff for a lot of them. I love the ocean. I love peace.
Choose chaos. I love
yeah.
death. I love cry.
I love fluffy things. I love the boops. And Animu, of course. Oh, this is 20 out of 20, okay.
I thought that said
Papa.
nipple.
I'm gonna go with...
Nipple.
I like red. Please show me my poem in its entirety.
No, you actually have to go to school for every day in between that day and the next week. Hi again, Ricky. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha.
Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Hola, Aster. How's it going?
I thought that said hole. I was like, is that someone's nickname for you?
I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Ricky. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack.
Wow, Natsuki is team not me.
So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Oh my god, Yuri. And last year, too. Oh, I hope it's right. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
The end of what?
Club. The game.
I don't quite understand what she means by that.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
I like manga. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Oh. Manga is literature! And hentai is art.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Ricky always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Ooh. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting.
Dude, you are this main character.
Yeah, I know. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
It has a cute sprite.
What?
said that as a cute sprite. Her sprite.
What does that mean?
It's like an image. Sprite. Image. Same.
That?
Yeah. Her. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Like her whole model.
I was
That's
thinking
a sprite because it's in 2D. They're called sprites.
Like the soda?
Yes.
Okay. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ricky can become good friends too.
Sayori.
She's...
I know. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. She's so cute! Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
Is it a manga?
And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
Why are her boobs so detailed?
Because it's an anime. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Ugh!
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
I agree. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point.
Yeah, it's not like you actually talked about it yesterday.
Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel.
I know that feel.
I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door.
Oh. She points at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Ricky. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact...
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
What's that?
I'll show you later.
Okay. Don't just stand there.
Ooh, that was the only way I could say that. Hey, how's it going? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet, where I've been for far too long. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there.
Yeah, that's what moe means.
What?
What does that mean?
Oh, moe? It's like, I don't know an accurate definition of it, so I was going to look it up. But it's like, essentially, anime girls. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Moe, slang.
The definition of moe, folks.
It's a Japanese word that refers to feelings of strong affection mainly towards characters in anime, manga, video games, and other media directed at the otaku market.
There you go.
Moe, however, has also gained usage to refer to feelings of affection towards any subject.
There we go.
I don't... Yeah, you're not wrong. That's fair. I just don't understand it in that context. It's saying it's moe.
Like, if you look up a moe anime, it will be primarily women. Like, moe is, like, very feminine.
Okay.
Or, like... I'll show you something else later that makes me think about it. Go ahead.
Chairs wouldn't work. I feel very lost.
Don't... It's not something to get hung up on.
No, I mean if the chairs wouldn't work.
Oh.
We can't read at the same time like that.
Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Oh, sorry, it's me. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining, though, to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot?
Well, obviously.
So judgy.
You think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot? I mean... Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they all get into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's... Oh my god. I can't... There are so many touching parts. I couldn't read that like
Yeah.
a normal person.
Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean?
Wow. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power.
Good save.
What a gamer thing to say. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking? This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anybody that impressionable. Look at her little eyebrows. Ahaha. Ahaha.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all of the hobbies to pick up from from a manga, excuse me, I don't know why I said anime, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Whoa. Oh, that's cute. We read for a few more minutes. Oh, I didn't, okay, I'm glad that they had this shot though, because I didn't understand that they were like sitting against the wall reading. It's nice. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something with you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean?
No.
Hmm? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room.
So that's why she keeps it here.
Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it.
Hmm.
Ugh, I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Ha!
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So?
Haha.
Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page.
I definitely did not have this when I played this.
Oh, so this was from me doing the poem?
Yeah, I think so.
Got it. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
Ahaha! I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori?
That's how I would say, yeah. Minori.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Secret Aster, for the follow, and just a heads up that I can't... This way. There we go. That's the first time that we've had an alert on the stream. I finally added them. So, thank you very much for showing that off for the first time.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
They did a really good job at writing this game so far, at least. Like, this scene I really enjoy, because it feels very genuine, it feels real, and like a lot of the things that they're talking about, like being able to show a series to your friend and stuff like that, I love how accurate that feels, you know, because it does feel really good when you're like, hey, like, you should check out this game, or you should check out this TV series, or whatever, you know? Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone else like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone.
Huh?
Are you all ready with today's poems?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that the game would be voice acted, but because it's not, I'm glad that I do have another person
And I
here
think-
to do half the reading for me.
I feel like it would be really boring to watch if we weren't reading it, because
Yeah.
it's just a visual novel.
Exactly,
like, we would
yeah.
just be hitting A. Like,
There are some content creators that I think have done it really well, but a lot of the time I think people end up reading just because it's easier to have something that you're talking about, even if it's just the text in the game, you know?
I also think it paces it well, so that, like, because
Yeah, we can stop
you
it.
and I don't read at the same pace.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Oh my god, I said that like Chandler from Friends. Sorry.
Could it be any more worse?
Have you seen Friends?
Yes. I've seen the whole series once.
I didn't know that.
I watched it like 2 or 3 years ago when it was on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Hi, Lily.
Lily wants to voice act too. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Haha. Sorry.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me.
Oh, foot.
Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
Good morning, Lily. She just did
Hi,
a big
honey.
yawn looking at me.
Yeah, she's sitting on the couch behind us.
Lily's the cat. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens?
Yeah, but
Oh, hi.
Monica just said... Yeah, Lily wants to join the stream. She typically does.
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Lily. Eh.
Eh?
that's
Is that
you.
really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Oh my god. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow?
Sorry.
I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what might happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Oh, they do meet every day.
Yeah.
She was definitely saying next week, I thought.
I don't know. I'm not sure. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
I mean, there's only 4 of us, so we either pair up or don't.
She's so annoying.
I know, Lily is, like, always right up on me when I'm streaming. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition book. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I guess since I've had the interaction with Natsuki, and I like her the most, I'll do her first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
Get your claw
I guess
out
that
of your
makes sense, too.
father. Oh my
I
god.
know, she's the worst.
It's just the one, her thumb claw. She...
Mhm. Hi, honey.
Dot dot dot. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Wow. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours.
Oh,
Like Monica said.
ooh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem to make me go, huh, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
No, we're not blind. The playthrough is blind. Exactly, yeah, it's a blind playthrough because I've never played it before. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it?
Irk.
Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
I don't like the you. I know it
I think
means
it's just,
like, but it's...
Or, yeah, either way.
You're
Whatever
so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure... Oh, sorry, that's you.
That's okay. I've done that twice already. Pretty
She's
sure you never
kneading on
actually
my
said
thigh
that.
with
Yeah, I
her
know.
claws.
We also started Lily on a feeding schedule this week because I had never done that before. So she is really, really needy because she's only eating dry food in the morning and wet food at night. So.
Oh! She's on my lap. I'm wearing sweatpants. She's ripping right through them. Sorry.
I say that mostly to myself. And yeah, Moth goes by they, them pronouns. That's why it's in the description, but I go by he, him pronouns. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Oh, wow. Dig on the human race, I like it.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I actually liked it more than I thought I would just because of that last line. I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for everyone to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
See, I totally agree with that. We were just having this conversation the other day about, like, really big words that don't really mean anything.
No, I hate professional jargon so much.
Like, the English language is so strange. Like, we have so many words that are long that mean the same thing as short words, and they just make people sound professional and smart and stuff. And I think it's absolute bullshit. I think it's really lame that, like, when it comes to, like, really advanced reading or, you know, laws being written and stuff like that, like, it's really hard for the average person to read them oftentimes, and it's unfortunate.
Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight onto the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose.
Okay.
Also, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. Okay, Lily.
I need to clip her nails soon.
She's hitting the like soft part of my thigh. Hurts. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Oh, that's
Okay, she's the youngest one. I didn't know that. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
How old is Lily?
Lily is, I believe she's 4 now. So she's still pretty young. She's just getting to adulthood.
Aren't we all?
Really getting into her own now. She's done good with the move this year.
She's getting into my leg.
I know. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. We also have another cat, Corey, but you'll probably never see her. She's a kitten and does not like Lily very much, but they're getting better. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm going to save Monica for last, so I'm going to go with Sayori because I know her very well, and she's less likely to make fun of me.
Listen, can you show your poem to Julia? Moth. You ever dead name yourself on a live stream?
Yeah, who cares?
This is a good poem, Ricky. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would really be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right.
I really wish I could see the poem.
But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right in front of you in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Ricky. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's a part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna just adjust this monitor a little bit so the text isn't... I forgot that I could do this. Just move that so the text isn't being blocked by my mic. That is so much better, oh my god. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Oh, it's yours.
Yeah, I already said that. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting? Okay, you're moving it.
Sorry.
Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast!
The last lines of these are getting me. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Also, I'm very happy that someone else is also pleased by my
Yeah.
because it's funny to me. Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. What an insult.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. She's so cute. I get all cranky.
Do these people not have parents? Like, are they living by themselves? Because, like, I don't know a single parent in the world that would allow you to be late for school and expect you to make your own breakfast.
What if her parents work and have to leave at like 3 in the morning?
I guess. I don't know. It's a little weird. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Wow, that was very mean of our main character. He was basically just like, yeah, you waited until this morning, right? It sucks.
It wasn't that bad until the last
think it was
line. I
terrible.
liked the first stanza a lot.
I like the last line. Also, Persona 4 sounds again. Curie. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah? Why do you ask? Is it because it's just a bunch of words put in a line together out of choices I had?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
So it's that bad.
You didn't pick many words you liked, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face with her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. And the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem.
You know, one of my ex-coworkers is kind of like this. He obviously is not as tsundere as this person is, but he had this way of anti-socialism that he did not know how to talk to people at all or make friends or anything really, but if he spoke to someone that knew anime or played games or anything like that, he would go off. He would be able to hold a conversation with them for 5 hours, you know? And it's only the things that he knew that he could have conversations about, you know?
See, I get so overwhelmed when people ask me about my favorite things. When people say, why do you like moths so much? I'm like, pretty. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do.
Someone that wants us to read their poem, finally.
I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. You're welcome!
That was the first one that was a poem.
Is it bad that I kind of want I flicker back as a tattoo now?
No, that was a cool line.
I really like that line. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. That was rough to read.
Yeah.
Write in cursive, but I can't read it very well.
Yeah, I can't write or read cursive very well. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Sentences that Lily is sitting underneath the desk now. We have a piano bench that's under our desk because we have nowhere else to put it. And Lily's just sitting on the piano bench and just reaching out her little paw to touch me. Martha's taking a picture.
Yeah, if you came here from my Instagram, it'll be on there very soon.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
Aww. I'm really glad you like it. Sorry, my mom sent me a picture. She has chickens, and they're in their coop, and she sent me a picture. Look at them!
They're very cute.
I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Ricky.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, even though you spent too long reading it. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more— oh, sorry, that's you.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you. It's a lot of pressure.
Okay. Last person.
Hi, Ricky. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off with going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Ahaha. Don't worry, Ricky. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. I like it, Ricky.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ahaha.
Oh, geez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody.
I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that?
Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through.
That's because she reads manga and doesn't watch anime.
So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I'm comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things.
I love being able to watch this protagonist in this situation, because this is like, he's just like going along with everything, you know? Like, he's clearly that person trying to just like fit in with the club and stuff like that, and like it feels very real. I like it.
This is so stressful for me because I'm like realizing how much they put into this.
Yeah.
That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Seems like a good leader.
Ahaha. Ahaha. Oh, that's you. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
Everyone Literally every person has said that.
Except for Yuri.
Everyone in this club sucks.
Except for Yuri.
True.
Yuri was like, I'm awesome.
That's
Read
true.
this.
She's the only one with confidence, but only in her writing.
That's me when I talk about that one description of my gender about the gas station.
Yeah, that's true. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It could have been me.
Couldn't.
See the direction the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole that it isn't too bright. It was too... No! No! Why are you doing this to me? Why did I read this one? This is the one I decided to read. Okay. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in.
Wait. Oh,
That was
never
too
mind. I was gonna ask if we could see it. I could see it again, because
Oh, I'm sorry.
it was pretty good.
It was...
Wait, do you have the... Can I see the
Do you like
case?
my dramatic reading? Yeah.
I did. That was very good.
Here we go.
I want to see if that was the poem that...
Oh, that's the
Came
poem
in
that
the
comes with the
copy.
game?
Nope.
Okay, good to know.
So, what do you think? Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Oh no. Make sure you go buy this if you like the game. Definitely support the developers.
Oh yeah, look, there's a bunch of stuff that came in the copy. There's a poem by Monica called Control. It's very cute. It's on like really nice stationery. Doing like an unboxing video.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's cute, I like it, I'm excited. There are little stickers of all the girls. It's really cute. What are you doing?
I'm trying to frame it, you know, like, what's her face on TV?
Oh, like QVC?
Yeah.
There's a little membership card for the literature club, a business card for the startup screen company, soundtrack download. I don't know if I want to show this because
Yeah,
I
don't
want to
show
use
that
it,
code.
but it looks
Yeah.
like a little floppy disk. And then there's little cardboard stands of all of them. It's very cute. I like it. Yay.
So yeah, make sure if you enjoyed this game, go out and buy it. It's available on, I'm pretty sure it's available physically on PS4 and Switch and possibly Xbox as well, but I know you can get it digitally everywhere.
We sound sponsored. I just really like this game.
Not sponsored, but if you like this game, you should definitely get it.
So, what do you think?
It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful, just like you.
Yeah, that was a powerful performance,
Yes, it was.
wasn't it? What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific
This
point.
feels like the, not commercial break, but like the in-between show and commercial where they're like, and here's the fact of the day, you know?
If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow.
Okay.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's like Isabel's little check-ins every morning.
Oh, it kind of is. Yeah. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks?
Okay, yeah, this makes a lot of sense too, because, like, Natsuki we saw was, like, all about not having complicated words, you know? And Yuri is the exact opposite. She's very into, like, very complex stuff.
Eloquent.
It's very interesting.
Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. That's dumb. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it.
So Natsuki does not take criticism very well.
Me neither. And Ricky did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet.
Oh.
And Ricky liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Oh, that was like a low jab. Especially towards someone who's like very socially awkward. But she is kind of being a little rude with her own abilities.
Has her foot always been there still, or is...
Yeah, she's been touching me the whole time.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Ricky appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you think he didn't appreciate my advice more? How do you know he didn't? Sorry. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh.
This is turning into a very serious fight.
Is everyone okay?
Shots fired left and right.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the only... I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ricky started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Ricky, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Ricky. Well, wait. There is a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ricky? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be... So I'm going to choose Natsuki because I've been going for her the whole time. But on a second playthrough, I would definitely want to go with the Sayori option to see what happens. Yuri, you're really talented.
Well...
But Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that.
Yeah. It did, didn't it? Uh-huh. Shows how much you know. That's not...
Natsuki, I think that's enough.
Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me.
Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise.
Thanks for noticing.
She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly, with a face that I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything that she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either.
Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Ricky. Sheesh.
Natsuki takes a breath.
The thing about,
Natsuki glances around the room.
Would everyone stop staring at me?
Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away.
Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all.
Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone.
Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri.
Sayori?
I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help.
I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder.
Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Ricky. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around that we got a little used to. Haha.
So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere.
No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in this club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori.
In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing, but in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far.
It's been one day, dude. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Ricky, how about you?
I'm surprised everyone was so positive about it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow.
Of course.
And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better.
Oh, do I get to write another one? I hope so. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I could at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Ricky, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. So I do get to write another poem tonight. I am excited. Sayuri, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Ricky, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation that I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there?
Ooh.
We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I've said more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, protagonist doesn't seem like the best person. Yay, another poem! Okay, so let's see. Okay. I think I'm still gonna continue to just go with the stuff I like and not worry about who it's impressing. I like this song, by the way.
I like that their little chibis are like their entire personalities.
Yeah. I like that they're like moving around and stuff too, though. It could have been super easy to just like put them there, you know? But they put in the extra effort. I'm gonna go with Cheeks. Ambient cheeks are always the best. Unrequited hair in the bed gives me a sensation of depression, and a colorful waterfall is a nice landscape. Bouncy. Horror game. Agonizing adventure. Oh, I didn't pick puppies this time. Damn it, I should have picked puppies. I like music a lot. Not sad music, though. I like to smile. I love the boops. Oh my god. I didn't know what that word was there. Excitement is always fun. And pure only. Do you like my poem better this time?
I like it because it didn't have the word suicide in it.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Ricky.
Yo, Sayuri. Look like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyways. Wow! The backhanded compliment, oh my god.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks. Wow, I am so mean to Sayuri.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayuri?
Why that all of a sudden?
What is happening? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayuri nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and the contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Oh, I see. She didn't have enough money. She wanted me to pay for it. Okay. I thought he was just like, yo, bitch, open your purse. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayuri.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would have to lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that leaves only the one option.
Ooh, wow. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles.
Oh, that's you, sorry.
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Ricky to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Okay, this bitch has never heard of credit. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous? I don't know.
Mischievous.
Little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution.
So, I'm assuming this is in Japan, right? Because there's like what looks to be Japanese on the wall and whatnot, and it's very anime. I don't know if they have like an equivalent of credit in Japan, to be fair. I don't know what their system is
They
like.
don't have a credit card system?
I know that Europe doesn't have credit like we do. I think credit is like a uniquely American thing,
That's stupid.
which is awful.
I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
The revolution.
That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Yee!
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you didn't have to come you wouldn't have come if there weren't for cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
So is Sayori the kingpin of all of this? Is she actually like the hidden, like leader? She's like controlling everyone? Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Pwah!
Yeah! Ow. What was... a cookie?
Sure enough, it was a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? Is this because I paid my restitution?
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. Ahaha! I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes, and it was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Ahaha. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue. Yee! You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
I want a cookie now. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehehe.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nod Sayori off of her.
Nope.
Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Ooh.
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori...
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question.
This music, and obviously it being a visual novel, is giving me big Danganronpa vibes.
Have you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. She's so happy. Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh,
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend?
Hold this for a second. Oh, I get some water.
What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me.
Never mind that. Thank you. What held you up, anyway?
Nah. Well, my last period today was study hall. And to be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's...
Oh my god. That's like the worst thing in the world, is being a musician, and the first time anyone hears that, they're like, oh, you gotta play for something for me right now! Fucking hate that shit.
That's...
Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Ricky.
Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to put any pressure or anything like that.
Nah, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I chose to leave out Sayuri's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayuri somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet.
That's like a normal amount of time to eat a cookie. Like,
yeah.
How big is the cookie?
She said giant cookie, didn't she?
Yeah, but like...
Yeah. I don't know.
Da-da-da.
There's no visual for the cookie, unfortunately.
Should
It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me unexpectedly. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll keep my promise. I pull the first volume of Parfait Girls out from my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know? I just wanted to... Oh, that's you.
I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know?
That's true. I don't blame you.
Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay?
Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow.
So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right?
I like that we get to spend this game in the closet.
Where did this volume leave off again? I forget.
The chapter ended when I don't know if it's Minori or Minori, but I'm gonna go with Minori, I guess, because that's what we've been saying. The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found...
Monica!
I didn't know she was in the book. Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf.
Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around to clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. Ugh.
The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop trying to figure out how to reach her manga.
Jeez. This is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf?
Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall over there. In the closet there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you.
I can get them myself.
Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it.
You think I'm too short or something?
I mean...
I knew it. Well, you know what?
I would say height is a fact, more than an opinion, so...
Just watch me. But someone being short, yeah, but someone being too short is an opinion.
Lily, don't you scratch that.
Hey!
Natsuki hops up onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful.
I know what I'm doing.
Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. Hello, Lily. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller books to the edge of the shelf.
See? Yeah.
The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles.
Wow.
Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly.
There.
Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just...
I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay?
Yeah, Lily also never sits still when she sits on us. She always has to be walking around.
I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on.
Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet.
Let's see.
Classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Those desks suck. I remember when I was a kid, like, I'd always see those kinds of desks on TV, and I'd be like, oh, dude, I want one of those so bad. Those are so cool, because when I was a kid, they were just regular desks. And then when I got to high school, they were all, like, the combined desk and chair, and they were all, like, half the size they needed to be. Natsuki trots over the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut.
Shh.
Natsuki climbs up the chair, then slowly bounces onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch.
Whoa. Aha, there we go. Aha, there we go. Oh, did you minimize the screen just to look at her butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was for the viewers.
Okay. See, I can easily do it now.
Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the top shelf.
Wow!
The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf.
What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing?
Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I gotcha. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. Gah. I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead.
Hup.
Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf.
Heavy. Hey, Ricky? I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one.
Huh? But then I have to let go of the chair.
That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up.
Alright, let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair.
What do you mean, stand up?
Natsuki looks down at me.
Why are you all the way back?
Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box!
What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my...
Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not! I was just... Natsuki! Don't try to move! Just give me the box!
You perv! You set me up! Go away! Get out!
But...
I'll do it myself!
The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki!
Kya!
The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you. Crash. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her.
Goo. Gross.
Gah! A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet.
What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over here? I heard a loud noise.
Monika suddenly peers in.
Monika! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Ahaha. Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert. So I hope you're happy.
I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain the whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear!
I know. Don't worry.
Monica says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook.
Oh no. My...
I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries to get a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you...
No!
Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help you get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. She's just grabbing you.
I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today.
Natsuki sobs again.
She's touching my shoulder. I didn't mean to take it out on you, Lilith. I didn't really mean to. It's... Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head.
Every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and...
Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can do what I know. I can only do what I know how to do. Alright, well, I'll help clean this up, and I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up Volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll cheer you up a bit, right? Hi, Lily. She's trying so hard to get onto us, but she knows she doesn't have enough room to get onto us, so she's just like...
Here, let me just... Come on.
You want to sit, Lily? I know, now she's clinging to the chair.
Oh, okay, butt face. Alright. I take it back.
This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers.
You're... Okay. You're really nice to me.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Eh?
That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple minutes are silent between us, and I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I got on the stool and quickly finished moving the rest of the books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze.
Thanks.
It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready.
Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up?
If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She is surprisingly sharp, making note of the subtle, repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monica gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now.
Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time.
Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know?
Told you.
Yeah. I return to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Oh, same deal? Okay, I'm gonna go in the same order. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad?
No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. Ugh, this wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around.
You're trying to impress me?
Obviously, you think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break.
Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you?
I'll tell you, you...
Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something.
You're trying to impress me?
Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and she flutters to the floor.
I have to use the bathroom.
Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room.
Hey, Ricky. Did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you?
No, I just told her that my voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika that I'm trying to press Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face.
I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you?
I mean, not really. I just picked whatever words I liked and made them into a poem.
In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day, too? I'm surprised you know her tastes so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Ricky?
Cheating? What do you mean by that?
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
I didn't understand Monika's joke at all.
Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey!
Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom.
Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. Ugh. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. But Ricky wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right?
Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read.
Okay, well, I think Ricky is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Ugh. Never mind.
Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet.
So what? Well, I guess Ricky is right, Natsuki. It's not fair that you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine.
Natsuki returns my poem.
It's not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she hurts anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Great! Replace spiders with moths, and that's a poem about me. I'm Amy. Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree with that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
That's what I was thinking.
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you.
It's about her manga.
Probably. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn respect for others. Learn to respect others for liking weird things.
For real though, that's something that I really, really hate that people do, is a lot of people will not like someone or make fun of someone based on something that they like. And that is like one of the worst things that you can do to a person. Like within reason, obviously, like someone who likes murder is very excluded from this example.
That's what she said, as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Yeah, exactly. So like making fun of someone based on the things that they like and enjoy it's just so bad for that person's confidence, and it's so incredibly mean. It's one of the worst things that you can do, and I really fucking hate people that do that. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that, and I'm sure a lot of people can too.
You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay?
Well, thanks for being honest.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay?
Alright, I will. I did Sayuri next, right? Yeah.
Ooh, I like this one, Ricky. It has some nice feelings in it.
Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
That's not very helpful, you know?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things, then it must be. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
I like that face. She looks very funny. Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayuri.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make it a nice happy rainbow.
Sayuri, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Ricky. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Buttholes.
I pop off my scalp like the wind, like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection... My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Oof. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up.
Hey, thank you for the follow, little Monica. How's it going?
My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, oh, I already read that. Oh well. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other. This is so long.
It is.
Holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Holy crap. Sari, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I can see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're not that good. Sometimes always had a habit of getting... Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, going with Yuri next.
Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Ricky. Your skills are already improving.
Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot.
It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind.
I do like that they had her talking about metaphors through metaphors. Very interesting.
It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem.
The raccoon! It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge.
I would 100% feed a raccoon and let it come back to me every day if I could.
The moon increments its phase and reflects... Yeah?
Yep.
And reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Creepy. I like it. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using this poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's the sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Sometimes I enjoy writing about them.
Huh, that's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest?
She did?
Yeah, she was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody.
She's right. I mean...
This is becoming sinister.
Does she really feel that way?
Yeah, sounds like you two have that in common.
That's interesting.
Maybe it wasn't about her manga.
To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
Don't worry, I don't have a reason to.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I probably...
Hey, thank you very much to Lance2Bean616 for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener.
And Monica is the last one up for today.
Hi again, Ricky. It was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well.
That's one way of putting it.
Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise that is also endless. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent! Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's a bit more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the
There's
paper.
Cat hair all over me. Lily is shedding a lot.
Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote those lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. And when that happens, don't forget to save your game.
Okay.
You never know. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Haha.
Okay, so the game's starting to get a little meta.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during events. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're gonna have a poetry performance. Each of us are gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also gonna let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Sayori's been coloring a poster, holds it up. Who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. And if we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others, to inspire them to find some feelings, to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
There's a lot of reading for just you right now, so you're doing a good job. I need some water. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members.
Just such a bad time to drink water.
The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everybody else's expectant faces.
Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're gonna practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to find the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Was this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around at me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
This literature club has turned into, just poems very quickly. Yeah. It is no longer about novels or anything else.
Well, you're still reading the manga with Natsuki.
That's true.
A little bit. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Ooh, ah! Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri
clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Oh, those are two of the words I chose. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation, because of course it is. I'm the first to start applying. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayuri.
It's a lot harder than I thought. That's what she said. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then.
Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayuri meant when she said that she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes, and we applaud.
I did it.
Good job, Sayuri.
Even Ricky liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Ricky. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Ricky lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with.
Oh, sorry.
That was the second line.
Sorry!
But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with the one that I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you and Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
This poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, this poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little bit. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. That's just how it is, so... Well, I guess that's the case. You won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? And I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue to do that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day! I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, you guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
Must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Ricky, you don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed, but today Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So let's just say that one day, Natsuki asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down.
Isn't she so cute and fun to be around?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Ah, you admitted it.
Jeez. That's not even any point. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
Conversation trails off and I'm left feeling a little awkward, but it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Who knows indeed. So I think this is where we're going to end off the stream for today. We've gone through 3 days so far. We've done 2 poems so far. And apparently next time we're going to work on the next one. Hopefully we should be streaming tomorrow, we talked about. So hopefully tomorrow night sometime we'll be streaming. Maybe around the same time-ish as today, we'll see. But thank you very much for everyone that showed up, and thank you very much for everyone that followed. I've gotten more follows this stream than I have before, so I really appreciate that a lot, guys. I hope you all have a good night. And make sure to go drop a follow to MothArts97 as well. I'm going to go ahead and start hosting their stream whenever I'm not streaming. That way you can check out their page as well. But regardless, thank you guys very much for showing up, and I hope you have a good night.
Bye.